Guest of honor, a Bud Light.
All right, and we're going live right now.
Yeah, please.
Welcome to Tommy Knows Best Sports Podcast. Today is a very special day for me. I'm doing an autism awareness fundraiser here down at Tony's Pub and Grill, and all the money I'm donating is going to the PTO coaches program at Shoemaker in Lynn. So donations, yes, that's Tommy Knows Best. That's my sign right there. And Mike, tell us, he helped me out with this. If it wasn't for him, Motto
Mortgage 360, baby, lead sponsor for Tommy's
sponsor today, baby.
podcast today.
Oh yeah.
I just want to say congratulations, Tommy. You put hard work and dedication into today's fundraiser. It's already been a huge success. So Good job, buddy. Well done.
Yeah, a huge. Already busy in here. I got the place packed out, and we hope to see you guys all come down here, buy raffles, have a great day with me. But we're gonna start the show off. We're gonna talk pucks. We're gonna talk Bruins. They got a big game today, Game 4 against the Florida Panthers. And wow, what a game on Friday night! They won 4-2, and some key guys stepped up. Mike, we're gonna ask you, how did you think about that game?
Listen, first two games, we all know they're coming off a 15-game stretch where they put the heart and soul into getting that NHL franchise league record, which was a huge accomplishment, but they came out flat in games 1 and 2, I thought, didn't play to their full potential at home. We got lucky to get away with a 1-1 series going into Florida down in Miami, right? Beautiful Miami. Would have been easy for the Bees to hit the beach, and I think they were going to take them, very easily. But they went down there, good mindset, came out physical, weren't going to take any shit from the Florida Panthers, and they got back on track. I think our leadership from our older players, as far as Krejci, Bergeron being out was a big thing. But Nick Foligno stepped up huge. Marchand, Hall, all the guys that have been around here for the last few years, and some key pickups with some younger additions. And Bertuzzi, he played a hell of a game on Friday night.
We're going to talk about
fired up Bertuzzi.
We're going to talk about Bertuzzi, and we're going to talk about all these additions at the trade deadline this past year. I thought it was a good pickup. We got tough and physicalness. We got Orlov, Hathaway, and Bertuzzi. Those three alone are tough and physical. Look what they bring here. They bring the energy, and they just like to fight. And that's we're tough again. We're back to the old school Bruins way.
Yeah, the Bertuzzi line, the second line, I think it was Krejci and Marchand on line 2. They really they took the control of play and the physicality to the Panthers, and they let them know, listen, we're not only going to be the league-leading regular season team, but we are now going to start to dominate Game 3. They showed exactly what they were made of, and I think going into Game 4 tonight, they need to do the same thing. They can't lay back. They're going to come out physical. They're going to come out strong, get pucks deep, forecheck, body, pass the puck. They pass the puck so well, this team. It's all about puck movement for the Bruins coming into Game 4. Hopefully we can come home with a 3-1 series lead, and our captain, Patrice Bergeron, will be back on the ice with us on Wednesday night.
And then we close these guys out. We take a little rest, and we just wait for the Toronto and Tampa Bay series to get over, because those two teams are just going to beat the shit out of each other.
My son just came over and wanted to make a key point for the Bruins. Got to put pucks in the net.
You got to put
NHL teams, they like to pass too much, make it look fancy. We're hard-nosed. We want to get pucks in the net. We want to drive on their goaltender. The Lion King, apparently, is his nickname. They play a woomboet in between wins if they win. He ain't going to be playing that song anymore this week. I'll tell you that. Florida Panthers, you're going home in 5. That's my take. Come down to Tony's Autism Awareness Fundraiser. We're here till 6 p.m. generating funds for the coach program at Shoemaker School. Thank you, Tommy, for having me. Your next guest, Mikey Roberts III, is coming up.
No, we have a sign-up list. Our next guest is Brian O'Blinas. Brian, you're up. We're doing this for 2 hours.
Me and you for 2
No,
hours?
everyone, guest up. Let's go, Brian. So, what do you have to say about the Bruins?
I like the way they played last game. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little apprehensive coming into the game, the way they played in game 2, but the way they came out in game 3, McAvoy, 10 seconds into the game, laid the guy out in front of the boards. I forget his name. That set the tone, and they were physical. After the whistle, they were imposing their will more than they did the first 2 games. I like the turnaround.
When you say physical, which one stepped up the most? Bertuzzi?
McAvoy, third game, was all over the place. Bertuzzi was hitting. Hathaway was getting into it a little bit. I know he got knocked down a couple of times, but Charlie Coyle was actually pretty physical, and he played himself a good game.
I like how they put Matt Grislick in the lineup on defense. You know why? He makes a key difference out there. Look at his plus minuses and his stats.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we got to take a look at. And I like all the additions, like I said to Mike a few minutes ago when he was on there. Yeah. I like how they add tough and physicalness. I like how they went after Orlov, Hathaway, and Bertuzzi at the trade deadline.
Oh, yeah, that's what they lacked.
Those 3 people set the tone. And that's what they lacked in the past few years in the playoffs. Yep. They let like all these other teams, the tougher teams, come out and bully them.
Right.
And they weren't built for that. Like last year against Carolina, that was a scary series, but we had some players injured and out, like Hampus Lindholm. Yep. Pasternak missed some time last year. Those guys weren't all right. And it was like Allmark's first playoff game, and he got pulled last year. So this team right here, if they choke, then we could throw all the records out the window and say it's a failed season.
Well, that's what it seemed like the first couple of games is the Bruins, like especially towards the end of the year, they were playing hard to get the record. I'm not saying they were doing anything different, but some of these teams were waiting. They knew they were in the playoffs, and it looked like Florida was ready to go from the first face-off of the first game, and it looked like the Bruins was just continuing over from the end of the season, which they were good, but it just seemed like they were rolling teams over, and teams really weren't matching them physically until it came to the playoffs. So I think last game, that hit, I swear by that. McAvoy, 10 seconds into the game, makes that hit, and then Marchand, all of a sudden, his chippiness, he's keeping it clean, but he's playing a little through the whistle, but not to the point where he's getting a penalty. And I think he needs to do that because they're totally different when they have a chip on their shoulder.
I like how they did the little shake-up on the lines on Friday night.
Yeah, I didn't know.
You know why you did that? You know why you did that? So you could separate all your elite players. Because look at Marchand, Pasternak were getting picked on and getting pushed around. Marchand was getting hit around in game 3. No, in game 2.
Yeah.
In game 2, he was getting hit around. And I was saying, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I'd like to see now that they got back to winning, I'd like to see 74. Why am I blanking on his name? DeBrusque. I'd like to see him step up a little bit. He's kind of been getting knocked around, and he really has. I know he scored the goal.
I know.
In the first goal that when the puck was loose. But I want to see him get into the mix a little bit. I think they righted the ship. Like I told you before we came on the podcast, I was a little down on him Friday, and I like the way they're going right now. It's only been one game, but they're mixed up in lines. They keep winning. Then you keep Bergeron there because it's a 2-month process.
Yes.
You can play with nagging injuries, but if you have something that's really hampering you, you play for 2 months. You're not going to last. So
yeah.
I like that, keeping him out of it right now.
Yeah.
And Krejci, he's been getting knocked around a lot. That was a good thing to get him out of the lineup,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Thanks for coming on.
No problem.
Next guest, Donnie Balbuzzi. Donnie. We'll keep doing guests every 10 minutes.
Good idea.
Every 10 minutes, guests come on.
Good idea, buddy.
Donnie is a diehard Bruins fan. And Donnie, I want to hear what you got to say about the Bruins today and about how they've been playing in this series so far.
Yeah, well, they've been playing okay, Tom. Today's going to be a big game. I don't know if they're going to be starting Swayman or not. If they do, that wouldn't be a bad thing, in my opinion.
Okay. Why you think they prefer to start Swayman
Well, I mean, they've been going with those two all year long, and it's worked for them. So why? I wish they didn't even change it. To be honest with you, Tom.
I know you got to do what you got to do, but hey, 65 wins. This team got 65 wins this year with 12 losses.
That's right, buddy.
And this team is the best team on paper. They have all the talent, and there's no need of this team to lose the cup.
No, there's no
If
need.
you lose the cup, like I just said, it's basically a lost season, and it's a failure.
I agree, Tommy.
Throw all the records away and flush them down the toilet.
That's right.
And start from scratch next year.
That's right. But you know what? This season will mean nothing if they don't get to the finals and win the cup.
14 more wins to get to it.
That's
14. Right. If they win today, it's 13.
Yep.
The lucky number is 13.
Let's get it.
Let's get this. Let's get it.
Yep.
And I like what they did during the trade deadline. Like I said to a couple of the guests, how they got tough and physical in this, how they brought in Orlov, Hathaway, and Bertuzzi.
Yeah, huge additions, and it really made a difference, didn't it?
Yep. It made a huge difference on this team.
Yes, sir.
This team, our team, again, is back the way it was like years back.
Well, you talking about the big bad Bruins?
The big bad Bruins, back when Donnie was a kid, when they were pounding heads.
Yeah.
When they were pounding heads in the boards, like Lucic when he got into a fight and he smashed someone's head into the board, like broke the glass.
Even before that too, the original big bad Bruins, Tommy, with Bobby Orr and the big bad Bruins. Don't forget that.
Yeah, the big bad Bruins, and I like how they just went in.
Yep.
All in this year,
That's
kind
right.
of.
You can't knock O'Connell and Neely this year.
No. You cannot get on the ownership. You cannot get on the GMs.
Right.
Uncle Sweeney saved his job.
Uncle Don, yeah.
Uncle Don Sweeney saved his job. Let's all give Uncle Don Sweeney a mourn because he saved his job this year.
We'll give him a pass this year.
We'll give him a pass.
Yeah.
Drink up for Uncle Don Sweeney.
Here's to you, buddy.
This is all about the Bruins right now.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm ready. I'm pumped up.
Yeah.
Down here at Tony's for my fundraiser. Good turnout. Yep. Big crowd.
And I love Foligno back in the lineup too.
I like Foligno back in the lineup myself.
Okay. Wasn't he a former captain on his other team? So
yeah.
That brings a lot of leadership and a lot of good qualities.
Oh yeah.
Cup game.
Stanley Cup game is 100%. 100% Stanley Cup. Stanley Cup team.
Let's not forget that.
They have depth and they're loaded with talent.
Tommy, the last game when they played in Florida, I think it was McAvoy came over with that big hit early in the game.
Yeah.
That's what they got to do.
Yeah.
Set the tone.
Set the tone.
Set the fucking tone.
Set this tone, boys. Let's go, Bees.
Go.
Yep. We got to do another guest now.
Yeah, go ahead.
You're going to take a break after him.
I don't know how to stop the stream.
Okay, you're going to have to.
All right, Tommy, it was a pleasure talking to you. Go Bees.
Go Bees. Right. You know what? I'll come back on and do part 2 in a little while. All right.